Okay, hello everyone. It is me, C. Scott Brown from Android Authority, and
Paul, hello. I haven't done a live stream before, so this is exciting.
okay, yeah. Can I guess before we get started, can everybody hear us? Okay. Do we have all of our things working properly? If you can hear us, give a thumbs up, or if you can't hear us, let us know in the chat that something is wrong. We are here to talk about the Pixel 10 series. One of the things that we're going to talk about, well, the biggest thing we're going to talk about is all the things that Google didn't talk about.
Which is mostly all of the specs of the Pixel phones.
Yeah, this was the wildest launch event video that...
it was weird. I wasn't expecting what happened. I was kind of expecting it to be as a normal keynote would be, where you can say, "Hey, here's the battery. Here's how much it costs." But we kind of got a Jimmy Fallon show.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like so I went to the Colbert Show a couple of years ago, and it was just like that. It was just like watching a Tonight Show from the audience and seeing all this stuff. So that was wild. But yeah, this is the first time ever that I've gone to a launch event for a smartphone or any tech product and then not even mention the price.
Yeah.
There was no pricing mentioned in the entire event. Totally bizarre. So obviously Google was making this live stream, its live stream for a completely separate audience than the people who are in this chat here. And hello to everyone who is here so far. So what we want to do now is we want to go over a lot of the things that Google didn't talk about and answer any questions that you guys might have. Now, before we get into this, I already see there's a lot of questions in here, and we're going to get to them as much as we can. Before we get into this, there are some things that we can't tell you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are still under an NDA for certain things. And so if we see a question in here and we say that we can't answer it, please accept our apologies. We can't answer it.
I would like to tell you everything, but we can't.
Yes,
so we'll get down to that.
And to be fair, there's a lot of stuff that we still don't even know. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that we don't know Tensor stuff. Like, we literally, that's not me saying I can't tell you. Like, literally, we don't know. So there's a lot of stuff that is going to be not able to be explained. But a lot of stuff can still be explained. So we're excited to tell you all about that. So I'm going to go back in time here and start at the beginning of the chat and try to hit as many of these questions as we can. One of the top, or the very first questions here comes from Uju Krish, saying that they're waiting for a faster charger. So the phones do charge faster, significantly faster in certain respects. So the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold all charge wirelessly at 15 watts and all charge wired at 30 watts. So that is significantly faster than we've seen on other Pixel phones. And the Pixel Pro, the XL.
Yeah, there's a couple of different charging speeds. So whether you get the XL or you get the Pro or the actual Pixel 10. So like if you're talking Pixel 10, what it can do is it can go up to 55% in about 30 minutes, which is much quicker than the last Pixel phone for the Pixel 9. And then it's again same for the Pros. For this one, where you can get to 70% in 30 minutes for the Pro XL. And I think the Pro is the same, of 55 in 30 minutes.
Yeah, but the Pro XL can charge at 45 watts. Yeah. So that makes it the fastest charging Pixel ever. And it's just that one. The other three phones do not charge at 45, they charge at 30.
Yeah.
So the Pixel Pro, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro XL is going to charge at 45 watts with a cable and 25 watts wirelessly. So when you snap it onto the back of a wireless charger, you're going to get significantly faster wireless charging speeds than we've ever seen on a Pixel ever. And that also is only on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So that means, if you value fast charging, both wired and wirelessly, your best choice is now the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I think that actually matches the Galaxy S25 Ultra, right? Because the Galaxy S25 Ultra charges with a cable at 45 watts and then 15 watts wirelessly. Yeah. So really, the Pixel 10 Pro XL beats the Galaxy S25 Ultra. So if anyone has any complaints about how fast the Pixels charge, just get the Pro XL because that's going to be the fastest one. So
yeah. So we definitely have faster charging, which is nice, because I think one of the bigger complaints, especially what I had last year, was for the 9s that they were just slow. It wasn't like you got other phones that have much quicker charging. They've got 80 watts, and granted, it's not up to that point yet. But I mean, I'll take anything that can charge faster. I'm all for.
Yeah, anything that goes faster is good. Okay, moving on to the next question. This person says Payush Dimri. If we say any of your names incorrectly, please accept our apologies. Payush Dimri, does the Pixel 10 have 4K 60 HDR without video boost? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I didn't have a look at. I didn't see that.
No, I don't think so. I think that for that super high end stuff, you're going to need to use video boost, which of course is going to force you to get 8K footage because you can't tell video boost that I only want like HDR, I only want higher frames or whatever. Like it just gives you back what it gives you. So unfortunately, no. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
There's Tensor G5 questions, but again, we don't, like we said before, we don't have anything really to say much on Tensor G5.
Lord Slim says that they had to stop watching the event, was too corny, too much fluff, and not enough meat. So I can give you some behind the scenes info on this. I actually talked to a few Google executives about the live stream or about the event, and they said, what did you think, Scott? Like, did you think this was good? And I said, it was a little cringy at certain points, and they said, that's fine. This was our first time making an event not for you. And when they said you, what they were saying was like geeks, like nerds, like us, like nerds, like everybody in this chat. People who want to know what's going on with smartphones, read AndroidAuthority.com, watch tech videos. The event was specifically not made for us. That's why everything was released an hour before the stream even started.
I thought the embargo time for that was weird.
Yeah.
But I think they spent so much on trying to make it like a talk show, chat show sort of thing. They wanted people to say, hey, cool, here's the specs, let me watch the show, see if there's anything new. Yeah. And I feel like they just made it for an entirely new audience that they're trying to capture for Pixel phones. Yeah. I don't think they're going after people from that event. It didn't seem like they were going after people who already had a Pixel. They were trying to convince people to move over to Pixel.
Yeah, so I think that, if Google is successful, what we might see here is we might see more people jumping to Pixel who maybe don't know about Pixels already. So in other words, the people who already know about Pixels and love Pixels, or at least interested in Pixels, Google was like, we don't need to try to convince them to jump to Pixel. They already know all this stuff. We're going to go after iPhone users. We're going to go after people who don't know anything about what's going on in the Pixel world and try to convince them to jump ship. So yeah, I think that the live stream event that they put together was corny and cringy, but I think that was the intention. That was what they wanted.
I quite enjoyed it. I don't know how it translated over to people watching it at home on the actual live stream, but I feel like there it was treated like a proper show. Like there was the applause signs. I don't know if you saw there was applause signs that were telling you to laugh at Jimmy Fallon and things like that as well. But yeah, I quite liked it. It was something different. I don't think we've seen anyone do I can't even really call it a keynote. It's not a keynote. It's a show, I suppose. But I quite liked it. But I can see why people will be either on the fence or just really didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. A question about color. So Brown Boy 305 says, "Is it just me, or does Moonstone look like Hazel from last year?" Okay, I had the Hazel. This is my personal Pixel 9 Pro from last year, and I held this next to the Moonstone one at the event, and they are very different colors. The Moonstone one is much more blue. It's much more like slate. I don't know. It's bluish. It's more blue. This is more green. So if you like blue, Moonstone is really
it's
cool.
really nice.
It's really nice. The nicest one by far.
Out of all the colours, I think I'd go for like Moonstone, then Jade, then Porcelain, then Obsidian. Kind of in that order. But
and the Indigo. If you're not interested in the Pro model and you want to get just the vanilla Pixel 10. Indigo is really, really blue. Because everything is blue. Like it's not just the back; it's the camera bar housing, the matte rails around the side of the phone. Everything is blue. So if you really like blue, then you should get the Indigo one because it's all blue everywhere. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here?
When's Material 3 Expressive releasing? There's no official date. Is that really? Cute, like September-ish. That's it.
Google has not given out an official date yet. It's basically just like September-ish. Yeah. But the Pixel 10 phones will come with it out of the box. So if you get a Pixel 10 phone, that's the fastest way to get Material 3 Expressive, because once you take it out of the box, it's ready to go. But yeah, for all the other devices, September. maybe October.
Yeah,
plan on that
soonish.
Yeah, not much longer. We're almost through August, and so weeks, maybe a month. So get excited about that. Okay, what else we got here? So there are a few questions about Tensor G5. So what I'll do here is I'll tell you what we do know about Tensor G5 and what we can say. So Tensor G5 is made on a 3nm process, which makes it the same as the Snapdragon 8 Elite as far as your core architecture goes. So the 3nm process means faster processing, it means better thermals, and it means more energy efficiency. So when you combine the energy efficiency with the bigger batteries that are in all the phones have bigger batteries this year than last year. Yeah. Some have more than others, but they all have bigger batteries. And when you combine that together, along with battery optimizations that have been made in Android 16 itself, you're going to get better battery life across the board. So that's really good. That's one of the things that Tensor G5 is absolutely 100% going to provide, better battery life for sure. And we're hoping better thermals, especially in the Pro models, because the Pro models have vapor chambers, whereas the vanilla Pixel 10 does not. Yeah. And then, what else do we got?
Well, I'm looking through it, and from what we've been given by Google, which again is not much, we don't know a huge amount yet, but we're being told that the CPU's 34% faster on average, and really?
I mean, the new ISP, there's a new ISP, so an image signal processor. So in the case of the Pro phones, the camera hardware itself has not been upgraded. But with the new ISP inside Tensor G5, you should be able to get better photos. And I think that's how they were able to enable 50 megapixel portrait mode on the Pixel 10 Pro and Pro XL, because I think without Tensor G5, without the new ISP, that wouldn't be possible. And I know that a lot of people complain about the edge detection. Like if you're using portrait mode, the edge detection can be awkward. So hopefully 50 megapixel portrait mode will help with that as well. Yeah. What else we got for Tensor G5?
Just on that bit, because of the Tensor G5 as well, because you have the video on the... So I'm excited about this because I think that Pixel phones take really good video as they are. And I don't want to say it, but the iPhone has the best video you can get, and it kind of is. It's quite difficult to beat it. But with the G5 and we're doing the new ISP, that means now that the main 50 megapixel sensor is going to have, I think it was 2 times double stabilization, double the better stabilization. So I've not been able to look at it properly yet. But I'm excited for it because I feel like the Pixel's video was really close last year to beating the iPhones, so it's kind of something that I'm quite looking forward to, because it'll make everything just look cinematic, and the stabilization is going to be spot on. So I just want to get a review unit and have a look and see what it's all about.
One of the things that you guys want to know the most about, I'm sure, is the GPU in Tensor G5, and all I can tell you about the GPU is that it's not going to be what you want. I can flat out tell you, you're not going to, if you want to game on a Pixel and you're looking to buy a Pixel 10 because you want to play games, it's not going to do what you want it to do. It is going to be better than what we saw on the Tensor G4, but it's still not going to support ray tracing, for example, and it's not going to be a giant leap forward. So unfortunately, that's just how that goes. Also, with the modem has not changed. So even though we have a brand new chipset from Google, Tensor G5, it still has the same modem from Tensor G4, which is a Samsung Exynos modem. Now, Google did say that through software optimizations within Android 16, they were able to make the modem better through software support. That will probably trickle down to other Pixels, though, because those Pixels are using the same modem. So yeah, I mean, no promises there as far as whether or not that's going to be better, but yeah, the modem is the same, and the GPU did not get any huge upgrades. It's upgraded, it's better, but still no ray tracing and still missing a bunch of stuff. That's really all we know. Literally, honestly, swear, that's all we can say, because that's all we know. There's a bunch of other stuff that we do know that we can't tell you, but Tensor, we literally can't tell you anything more because we don't know. So anyway, let's move on to other questions here.
There's someone here saying, is it time to upgrade my 5A to the base? Pixel 10.
Yeah.
I think that's not. I mean, great question, but yeah, you should. I mean, the upgrade is going to be like ridiculous for 5 generations on now. So,
the 5A's hardware is ancient. The camera hardware, especially, like it's oof. Yeah,
I think yes. Yes, upgrade.
100%.
I think it's time.
It's time. Because the 5A still has Qualcomm, right?
Yeah.
The 5A still has a Qualcomm processor, a 7 series, 765G, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that thing's ancient. Like it's definitely time to upgrade. I think getting the Pixel 10 base model will be a terrific upgrade for you. I think that's a good one. Okay, what else?
Yeah, going through. What else have we got? I'm curious though, actually, for those guys who watch the live stream at home, I just want to know in the comments how cringy it was for you. I know a couple of people here were saying the live stream reminded me of like 90s infomercials, which cringy, corny, but somehow entertaining, which I think is maybe what they were going for. I think they hit it. Like I think that's exactly what it was.
They were going for something that like grandma and the kids could all watch together. Like literally anybody could watch this thing. They didn't have to know anything about phones. They didn't have to know anything about tech. That's why they had so many celebrities. That's why it was like Jimmy Fallon and the Jonas Brothers and what's her face from the podcast and the basketball player and like all these people were just like come and watch. Everyone come and watch this stream. You don't have to know anything about these phones. We want you to come, and then hopefully a couple 100,000 of those people will now go and pre-order a Pixel. That's what the intention was. Okay. Pixel Buds 2A. Okay, yeah. So Mannyplex says, any thoughts about the Pixel Buds 2A? I was excited about those. The Pixel Buds 2A are basically the Pixel Buds Pro 2, Pixel Buds 2 Pro. Mm-hmm. But just with like slightly weaker specs.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got the active noise cancellation. There's something missing. Is it I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head. Silent.
Yeah, silent calls or something.
There's a few things missing, and I think I said it in a video last week where I would personally hold out for like a deal on the Pixel Buds 2 Pro, rather than going out and spending what is it now? Because the price has increased of the 2A of the Pixel Buds 2A.
Yeah,
they're about 100. Was it $149?
$129.
Oh, $129. Yeah, they're more expensive.
They're more expensive. Yeah.
So, and I feel like you could definitely get I don't know, an offer, a deal or something on the Pixel Buds 2 Pro, which I would tend to go for. They have slightly better battery life. The noise cancellation is better.
Yeah, they have a speaker in the case, so if you lose the case, you can trigger using the Find My Device app. You can trigger like a noise from the case, so you can find it.
Yeah, and then they mentioned in the live stream that there's some new like head gestures coming to the Pixel Buds 2 Pro, which I assume won't come to the 2A. I don't know, but I assume that they might not.
Yeah.
So
the Pixel Buds 2 Pro are going to be better by far, but they're not so much better that I would spend $140 more or whatever. Because I think the Pixel Buds 2 Pro, I think they're like $249. Like I think it's like $250 or something like that for the Pro models. So it's like if you just want like really good earbuds and don't care about all the extra special stuff that the Buds Pro 2 do, then definitely the 2A are great. The fact that you get active noise cancellation and all the Pixel like Gemini Live built in and all the Pixel integrations, like I think they're a solid buy. And I tried them on; they felt just as good as my Pros. So I have the Pros, like my personal earbuds are the Pros, so I wear them all the time. When I put in the 2A, I was like, this feels exactly the same. Yeah. So really, they're the same product. One thing that the 2As have that the Pros do not is the case battery is replaceable. And Google obviously didn't mention this at all during the... Or did they mention it?
I don't think they did. No.
I don't think they did. Yeah, so the battery inside the case is actually replaceable for the first time ever. So if you do go with the 2A buds, that case, if you hold those on for a real long time and you start to notice that battery life is suffering, you just take the battery out and pop the new battery in. So that's really cool. The Pixel Watch 4 has the same thing. Yeah, it is repairable. Yeah. So you have screws on the sides. Using not a regular screwdriver, but a screwdriver that you can easily get on like Amazon or whatever. You can just take the screws out, pop in a new battery, do it all yourself. So yeah, the Pixel Watch 4 being repairable is also a huge deal. Once again, something that Google didn't decide to really talk about.
I think they also said, didn't they, that even for 2 years after end of support of the Pixel Watch 4, they're still going to be doing replaceable parts, replaceable batteries. So I mean, you get the Pixel Watch 4 and you've got it for however long that forever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Follow-up question. Oh, we have a question from Sound Guys. What the hell are you guys doing here? Okay, so Android Authority has a sister site called Sound Guys, and they're here asking us questions. Like, you guys know the answers to these questions. Anyway, shout out to Sound Guys. They say, do the Pixel Buds 2a use Tensor A1 like the Pixel Buds Pro 2? Yes, they do. You know the answer to this question.
No, they're testing. That's
they're
what
testing
they're
us.
testing.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I also want to call out real quick. Somebody's making fun of me. Where was it? Oh, Justin Happel just said calling Steph Curry the basketball player is insane. I don't know anything about basketball, and he lives in a country where basketball is not popular.
Yes, I don't know basketball. And actually, when I saw that Google said, "Oh, we've got Lando Norris, we've got Jimmy Fallon," I was calling him Stephen. So I know nothing about basketball. So yeah, to me, he's just a man that throws a ball.
Yeah, I don't know anything about sports. So yeah, he's the basketball guy. All right, what do we got?
There was someone who was saying I didn't see a demo failure this year.
And
I want to talk about the demo stuff actually because
let's talk about demos.
There was the live call translate inside the phone app, which I'd not seen before. You'd seen it hands-on.
Yeah.
I was genuinely surprised at how quickly it is and how well it makes you sound. Like it's not you, but it's almost you.
It's close enough.
Yeah, when we saw that, I was like, okay, this is really, really impressive.
Yeah,
I really like it.
No, they were. I was talking. Like I said, I talked to a bunch of Google execs after the show, and one of them told me that he was sitting next to the head of marketing at Google, and he literally had his fingers crossed during the demo.
Yeah,
he was literally he was like, please do not screw up. So that was all real. Like that was like they were really doing it on stage. Yeah. Like I know people like to think like, oh, this was all TV trickery or whatever. No, they literally they were fingers crossed. Like, please make sure these demos go through. So yeah, I mean, obviously that's a very controlled environment. They had everything preset as it was going to go, but all those demos you saw were legit. Like those were the real features working on stage. So really, really cool stuff.
What else? Let's see what else we got here.
Okay, this is an interesting question. Kale57, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. What is zoned UFS? So zoned UFS basically like it is what it sounds like. It like zones out your storage to make it so that it prioritizes certain aspects. And as Bartaj says earlier in the chat, it's too bad because zoned UFS is only limited to the 512 and 1 terabyte options. Yeah. I think that's just because Google, if you're getting the 512 and the 1 terabyte options, you're spending a lot of money. And if Google's like, you spend that money, you get zoned UFS. Unfortunately, if you decide you want lower storage tiers, you don't get it. So that's a little unfortunate, but that's a very niche feature that I feel like a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have it, you're not going to miss it.
Yeah,
you're not going to go, I don't have it. You're not going to be like really disappointed by it. But, if you want it, you've got to go for the higher tier models on that one.
Let's see. I think I saw somebody asking. I'm pretty sure I saw someone asking about which features are coming to the older Pixels. I can't remember who it was, but I saw somebody ask if this is your question, then there you go. But we don't know. We literally do not know. We asked Google. We said, which of these features are coming to other phones? And they said, we're not going to tell you that at this time. So I honestly can't tell you. I can tell you the ones that I think are going to come to older phones because they're not based on Tensor G5. For example, Ask Photos there is no reason Ask Photos couldn't come to other Pixels. And just as a refresher, Ask Photos makes it so you don't have to edit your photos manually. Instead of tweaking little things here and there and hitting buttons and doing whatever to try and edit your photo, you literally just tell your phone what you want to do.
It's like remove these people, change the sky, and all that sort of stuff.
So. Yeah, change the lighting, make it crop in, whatever, and it just does it. There is no reason why that can't be done on any other phone because it's all happening in the cloud. So I assume that would come to older Pixels. Yeah. When is Google going to hold it back, artificially to make it so that you have to buy the Pixel 10? Can't say, but there are a lot of features like Ask Photos that are totally feasible to come to older Pixels, but just Google's just holding them back. Yeah. What about the opposite? What features couldn't come? 100x zoom.
Oh yeah,
100x zoom will not come to older Pixels, and the reason is because you need Tensor G5 for that. Like that absolutely happens on device and needs the diffusion power process of Tensor G5. So yeah, if you like the idea of zooming in on your subjects at 100x, gotta buy a Pixel 10.
Yeah, and of course we had a little go at it at the hands-on demo area, and I was genuinely like surprised by it. It looks good. Again, it's in a very controlled environment, really. But we kind of just picked something really small. I think it was like a little cuckoo clock or something.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see what it'll do with buildings and landscapes properly, and people. So again, we don't know anything how well it will work outside of that little demo area, but I mean, it's impressive.
It was impressive.
It's good.
Yeah, like if you looked at the, and you'll see this, we're going to have a video come out this week that's going to show what we're talking about right now. You'll see that the image that the AI creates compared to the actual image, I mean, it's like night and day. Like it's like so much better. You just have to get past the fact that the image that looks better is not real. Yeah. Like it's literally an AI generated image.
You can have a look at both, so because it saves both. So it saves the original image, and then you kind of just like switch between the two of them.
Yeah.
And you'll notice it's like I'd say it's almost 100% the same with some extra added bits. And I mean, it looks good. I'm pretty impressed by it, but I'm going to go out tomorrow and start trying to take some 100 times zooms of like the city here in New York while I'm here. So I'll see how that works.
Yeah. Okay. So we have another question here. Christopher says, was that the new Nest speaker teased for a split second?
I did see that very quickly.
Very quickly. There was a new speaker there. So there were two things notable about that. Number one, obviously it was a new speaker. Like clearly it didn't look anything like we've ever seen from Google before. Mm-hmm. And number two, I believe it was the F1 racer, Lando.
Norris,
See, I remember his name, Lando, because it's Star Wars. So Lando, he spoke to the speaker, and when he did, he said, "Hey Gemini." He didn't say, "Hey Google." He said, "Hey Gemini."
Yeah.
So like those were two pretty notable things, and once again, Google didn't talk about that at all. So this is confirmation, I believe, that we have a new speaker on the way, and it's going to become a Gemini out of the box.
It's about time, because you have the Nest Minis, which they've been around for how long at this point? Forever.
Yeah.
And it's the problem. I think I was talking to you about it before we went today, and I was saying that Google Assistant just seems so far behind. Now you've got Gemini on phones. To try and then just use Google Assistant in your home, it just doesn't do everything. It's not natural. It's like it's almost a bit of an effort to use. So I'm so excited for Gemini to come to kind of your home, and they also mentioned it's coming to the car as well soon. So, yeah. I mean, Gemini everything. This is what I'm looking for.
Okay, so normally I don't like to reward this behavior because I find it annoying, but somebody in the chat, MacManJim69, keeps asking the same question over and over and over again until we answer it. And I usually, like I said, I usually don't like to reward this behavior, but I'm going to answer your question. But MacManJim69, you no longer can ask questions in the chat after this. This is the one question that you get. And your question is, what do I think about Lineage OS and its longevity? I think Lineage OS is not going anywhere. It's going to be around for a very, very, very long time because it's been around for a very long time. It's still really popular. And I know for a fact that the most popular devices that people use to install Lineage OS are Pixel users. So I think Lineage OS is going to be around for a very long time. The only thing that might step in the way of Lineage OS is Graphene OS, because Graphene OS is getting very, very popular. So anyway, there you go, MacManJim69. I've answered your question. Please stop.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Rob Graham said, thoughts on the Fold. Shame the cameras are such a compromise still. Why can't it be a Pro with the Fold screen given the price? Now, I have the Pro Fold, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and I agree. The cameras on it are a bit of a letdown. And they haven't changed them, I don't think, at all on the 10 Pro Fold. It's exactly the same. However, I think with the 10 Pro Fold, it's not an amazing upgrade, but you do have Pixel Snap in it now, which is great. And it's the first foldable ever to have IP68, which is a good upgrade for a foldable, because I think a lot of people think that foldable phones aren't durable. I think that they are pretty durable at this point, but to have proper IP rating for both dust and water resistance, I think is a huge move for it. And it's got the biggest battery in any fold phone that is a non-silicon carbon battery.
So biggest lithium ion.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish that they'd done better with the cameras. But I mean, the problem is with a folding phone, there just isn't enough space to put in like huge cameras. I know you have good the cameras on other folding phones that aren't from Google are fine, but yeah, I think it's always going to be a compromise. I think you kind of accept a bigger screen real estate for cameras that aren't going to be great. And I mean, they're not bad, but yeah, I agree. They should be better. But
when the Pixel 9 Pro Fold came out, Android Authority, we reached out to Google and we specifically asked them. We said, why is this called a Pro device? We said the camera is not Pro. You know, the specs themselves are not Pro. Why is this called a Pro? And they came back with like some buzzword garbage. Like it was basically like, you know, it's the most advanced foldable that Google's ever made. It's the thinnest foldable that you can get in the United States right now. It offers all these special features that we feel make it a Pro device. But yeah, like it is, to me, it kind of sucks. It sucks that they use the word Pro. I mean, like just look at all the differences this year. 100x zoom, not on the Pro Fold.
Yep. Slower charging.
Slower charging on the Pro Fold. No camera updates whatsoever.
Yeah, like they have smaller batteries.
Yeah, it's not a Pro device.
I always thought it was a weird move to move from it being the Pixel Fold to then just being called the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, 10 Pro Fold, and also at the moment you can't get it. You have to wait.
Yeah,
there's a delay. So I think it's like month delay. It's
October 9th. Yeah, October 9th.
So even if you were to order it, you've just got to wait a little bit.
Okay, what do we got here? Da Dude Grub.
Nice name.
Yeah, nice name. I can actually pronounce that one. Da Dude Grub. Da Dude Grub, is the 10 Pro XL worth an upgrade from the 9 Pro XL? I don't know.
I don't know. I was saying before that I'm really excited for the 10 Pro XL, but if I had to go out and spend, how much is this? $1,200, something like that on it, and upgrade from the 9 Pro XL, I don't know if I would.
I don't think you're going to see enough upgrade to really make it worth it, unless you really care about all the exclusive features, well, the features that are exclusive to the phone right now, Ask Photos and all the AI stuff, or you really care about Pixel Snap, because really those are the only significant differences between the two phones. I mean, I guess the charging, like if you want faster charging, but it's like, charging your phone slightly faster, having magnets on the back, and then the Pixel 10 exclusive features. Like, if you really, really want those three things, then yes, you will love the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Yeah. But if those things are only kind of like whatever to you, then that's how you're going to feel. You're going to feel whatever about the phone because it's going to basically be the same exact phone.
I feel like you'll pick it up and go, oh, it's kind of the same. And like, for example, 100 times zoom, it's a really cool feature. How often are you going to use 100 times zoom? You know what I mean? And we don't know what is coming from the 10 Pro, the 10 Pro yet, the XLs, in terms of these software updates. Material 3, Expressive, you're going to get that a month early. Or something like that.
Yeah, so I would say no as far as that upgrade goes. But if you have the money and you're really excited about it, then go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Bartosh asks, when does the embargo for the full review drop? I'm under embargo, so I can't tell you when I'm not under embargo. Yeah. I can tell you that you don't have to wait very long. Probably next week sometime. I'll say that.
Soon.
Very
soon.
Soon. Trademark.
Yeah. We got here something about Pixel Snap that they loved, that it said it worked with Apple MagSafe products.
Yeah.
I'm glad they called that out, actually, because I think everybody knew it would, but to actually on one of the to actually say it on the keynote. And then I also liked, I can't remember what her name was that was doing that part of the event, but she was like, listen, tech is good when it comes together. Like when everyone works together, like we don't want to just ignore the fact that it's MagSafe, because it is MagSafe. It's like even the magnets in the back of the phone are
the same shape.
Exactly.
The circle with the little line. Same exact shape.
Exactly the same. So if you've got an iPhone, for example, and you're thinking about coming over to Pixel and you have your MagSafe stuff, it's going to be it's going to work exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So
and the benefit for Pixel users will be that like you already literally have thousands and thousands of products to buy to snap on the back. You obviously Google's making a ring stand, so it's like a little thing that you can prop down, so you can set your phone up and hold it in like a little ring, so you can put it on your finger and stuff like that. And then the magnetic chargers. So Google's making those, but if you don't like those, fine. Get literally any other MagSafe product that you want. Wallets, ring lights,
Amazon's
anything.
Full of them.
Tripods, bike mounts, car dashers. Like, literally everything is out there you can already buy today. Like if you know you're going to buy a Pixel 10 device, go ahead, go to Amazon right now and buy all the MagSafe things that you want because they're all going to work, which is awesome. Yeah. The only things I guess that won't work are things that require iOS to work. Yeah. Like if you buy like a secondary display, that's a thing that a lot of creators use. They snap on a back display so they can use the rear cameras and still see what's going on. If that device requires iOS to work, then obviously it won't work on the Pixel. But so keep that in mind. But 99.9% of all the products will work right out of the box.
Yeah. And I don't know why the Pixel Snap I thought I think it's one of the maybe the best upgrade to the phones this year. I don't know. I'm excited for it because like Scott said, you've got so many options. I'm excited to use. I think their accessories are quite pricey. I think for the Google official ones, but as you said, you can go anywhere. You literally get them for $20. Sorry, I almost pounds, but over there.
All right, I have a question for me specifically. Can't hold this 17 says, Scott, I know you have the hazel color on the 9 Pro XL. Is the Moonstone similar to the hazel color? Which one do you prefer, hazel or jade, and why? So I have the hazel on the not XL model, the smaller one, the 9 Pro. I prefer Moonstone. Honestly, like I love hazel, but now that I've seen the blue one, the Moonstone one in the flesh, much prefer Moonstone. Didn't like jade. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I think jade. It's one of those colors where it's so like. I was saying that to try and film that for when we're trying to do reviews, it'd be really difficult to get the color. It's not like it's always jade. It's either if it's in bright light, it's going to look more like porcelain. There's the little gold accents that are on the jade one as well. So I don't know. I like it because it's new, but
it's different.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I would say that would be if I had to buy if I had to tier out the colors for the Pro models, Moonstone, porcelain, obsidian.
Actually, talking about colours, I think what's weird with the colours for the 10 Pro Fold is that there is no classic colour on the 10 Pro Fold. There's no porcelain, there's no obsidian. It is Moonstone or jade. And I think it's a weird move.
It's a weird choice.
Because I feel like a folding phone is niche anyway. So to then make it even more niche with the colours, I think it's a strange move.
Yeah. This is a great question for you. How would you compare the Pixel Fold to the Samsung Fold?
Right, so I've been...
Because you've got it. He's got it right down here.
And then I've got the 9 Pro Fold over here. So here's the thing with folding phones. So with the 10... Was it for the 10 Pro Fold against this one?
Yeah.
10 Pro Fold, I don't know properly yet. I mean, the worst thing about the Z Fold 7 is the battery. It's not good. I was saying it's the one reason I wouldn't swap. It's 4,400 milliamp hours, I think, on the Z Fold 7. So the 10 Pro Fold at least has the bigger battery, which is going to be a plus for it, where you might be able to get properly to the end of a day on it. But yeah, the Z Fold 7 is it's thinner, it's lighter, and I kind of want thinner and lighter. I think when I go then to pick the 9 Pro Fold, which is essentially the same as the 10 Pro Fold, it's just heavy. It is heavy. It's got a 5 times zoom, which is better than the 3 times that is on the Z Fold 7. But yeah, I mean, personally, I don't know if I can use a folding phone as my daily phone because there's too much compromise still. I would say that the Z Fold 7 at the moment is probably the better folding phone. I know that the 10 Pro Fold has IP68, which is really nice to have. I mean, it does have a bigger battery, but I think the thinness of the Z Fold 7, I think, is probably is something that puts it ahead, because I think Samsung this year have made fold. I think people have kind of like stood back and thought, okay, foldables, I could use a foldable now. But yeah, I don't know yet, because I've barely touched the 10 Pro Fold, to be fair. Like, we're at the demo area today, there wasn't that many of them to even get your hands on. No. So, but yeah, I think the Z Fold 7 is probably going to be the better folding phone this year.
Okay, question from Techie. Techie says, is lens switching smoother when zooming in? So what they're mostly referring to there is when you're recording video on a Pixel and you zoom in and switch lenses, the jump from switching to lens, it causes a stutter. It's still there.
Oh, I didn't even see that yet. It's still stuttering.
It still stutters. Yeah. It might be a little better. I didn't have the time to test them out side by side to see, but when I did do it, it felt a little smoother than it does on the 9 Pro. But
I mean, if you use Video Boost, I think it smooths it slightly. Does it?
Does it?
Yeah,
I haven't tried that.
So.
Yeah.
I think it does. But yeah, I think the lens jumping is always an issue. I don't know if we'll ever really.
I don't know how Apple figured it out.
Yeah.
How did Apple figure it out and Google can't? I honestly have no idea. But yeah, no, it's still there. All right, what else?
Let's have a look. Are Pixel Snap magnets in the phone stronger than the magnets in some of the third-party cases?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, again, we've not had a chance to actually test any third-party cases or accessories with the phones yet. I
mean, I can say that when I snapped on the Pixel 10 so they had demo areas with the stand, so you could snap on the phone to wirelessly charge it. When I did that and then tried to take the phone off, you had to yank. It was definitely like, you couldn't just like quickly pull it off. Like you had to really jerk it. So I would say that the magnets are strong, but how they compare to third-party cases, I honestly don't know.
Yeah. What else have we got here? I want Jimmy Fallon to hand deliver my Pixel 10 Pro XL.
Okay.
I mean,
sure,
for the right money.
I'll call Jimmy right now.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
Let's touch on this one from H. Fallon is using an iPhone after going home. Yeah, probably.
Well,
he's also probably getting big bucks.
Yeah, exactly. I was really hoping. I sat next to someone. I was like, I really want his iPhone ringtone to go off during the middle of this. I was really hoping for it, because how do you come back from that? You can't, can you? So I was really hoping that would happen.
Yeah, no, it didn't happen.
UFS 4.0 is only in the 256 versions. On the Pixel 10, yes, it is. You need 256 on the Pixel 10, and then with the Pixel 10 Pro, with the XL, it's 256 as well. I think. Yeah, 256 is the answer. Yes.
All right, we have a person who used the what's it called, the super thing, the super comment, Jeff H. Thank you so much, Jeff, for putting through a super comment here. So your question, why is Qi 2.2 only on the XL? That I don't know the answer to. Mm-hmm. I don't know why Google decided to only do it on that one. The thing that I can think, that if I had to guess, it would be that Google really wanted to be able to justify increasing the price of the phone.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the Pixel 10 Pro XL is $100 more at the starting level than it was last year. But with those $100 more, you get the fastest wireless charging available at 25 watts, the fastest wired charging available at 45 watts, the biggest battery at 5,200 milliamp hours, and Qi 2.2. So I think Google really just wanted to pump up the Pixel 10 Pro XL to make it justified that we're going to charge $100 more.
Yeah.
Which to me is okay. Like, I'm okay with that. If you're going to increase the price, fine. But you got to give me something more to make it so that the price increase makes sense. And I think that faster charging and Qi 2.2 and bigger batteries, I think, that's worth an extra $100. If Google only did 256 gigabytes of storage and that was it, that would suck.
Yeah, I kind of feel almost torn slightly that I feel like the Pros should be exactly the same. I feel like the Pro XL is for people that want, okay, you're always going to get bigger battery, bigger screen, but I feel like that I don't like it necessarily when the Pro phone gets extra features that the smaller Pro phone doesn't get.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel like I don't like that.
Bartaj actually has a good comment here too. Probably because of temperatures, bigger phone can handle a little bit more heat. That's a really good point too, because 25 watts of wireless charging speed, that's heat. Like that's the transfer of that energy wirelessly from the stand to the phone. That's going to generate a lot of heat, and the phone being larger is going to be able to dissipate that a little bit better. So that might be a reason why as well.
Yeah.
Mark Tackman says the $30 stand irritates me. Well, once again, Mark, like I was saying, like all the MagSafe stands out there will also work.
Yeah, that'll work.
So go find a cheaper stand and it'll work. As long as it's MagSafe compatible, it'll charge your phone. Just also remember that not every charging stand will charge it at 15 watts because some of the charging stands for MagSafe will not support the 15 watt speed. So make sure that you read the fine print to make sure that it supports that speed.
Will we see, this is a question, will we see the wallpaper always on display like Samsung or Apple like you showed in one of your videos? So yeah, I remember we got this working quite a while ago.
Yes.
I think Mashal helped me get this working.
Yeah.
From what I saw at the demo area today, it looked to me like it's happening.
It's happening.
It is happening.
Yeah.
And when I went into settings, if you ever watched the video about it, it's almost exactly the same. So you don't have to have it on. It's not on by default. So you have to go in and do it yourself. But yeah, it is happening. And I'm glad it's happening. I know loads of people don't like it because you think it's going to really drain your battery. But I mean, over the course of a day, 1%, 2%, it's not really gonna like pull your battery out. But yeah, it's happening and you don't have to have it on, but I really like it. I think it looked good.
I really like it as well. I thought it looked really great. And it should, just to be clear, it only works on the Pro phones because it needs an LTPO display to work. The display has to go to 1 hertz to make it so that it can support that without draining the battery like crazy. So if you have a Pixel 10, you will not get the always on wallpaper. Now, the big question is whether or not the older Pro phones, like the 8 Pro and the 9 Pro, will get it, because those phones also have 1 hertz refresh rates on their LTPO displays. So there is no reason why they can't come to the older phones.
I don't think it will.
I don't know if it will or not, though. Yeah. That's the question. That could be something that Google holds back. So.
And also, for those of you worried, like I know initially when the iPhones had this on, it was really bright. So it's like you always thought your display was on. This was hard to see. Yeah. So when I was trying to take some footage of it, I actually couldn't tell whether that wallpaper was on or off with the always on display. So it's not bright. So you're not going to be able to sit. You're not going to sit there thinking that you've got notifications or anything like that. But yeah, I'm really happy it's coming. It's something that I've mentioned that I've wanted for a while. And yeah, the S25 Ultra, it looks so good with that always on wallpaper display. So yeah, Pixel 10 Pros are getting it. Yeah.
What else do we got here? Lee Chorus says, why is Video Boost still a Pro-only feature? Is the normal model just not capable of doing it still? The Video Boost feature happens in the cloud. There is no physical, like the physical hardware in the phone. There's no reason why Video Boost couldn't be used on all the phones. Google could offer it for the A series phone because it all happens off device. The reason that Google limits it to the Pro models is because those people have spent the money. And every time you send a video for Video Boost, that costs Google money. And so Google's like, okay, let's just assume that this person uses this feature 10 times a year. Every time they do that, it costs $10. I don't know, whatever. And then they factor that in and they say, okay, this can't go to people who are only spending $500 on their phone. It has to go to the people who are spending at least $1,000. That's the reason why. So yeah, Video Boost, it costs money, and every time you use it. So if you want to sock it to the man, Video Boost all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, it would take forever because Video Boost I still think is quite slow.
It is slow.
So it's the one thing that I wish that Google would just quicken up the process of a little bit, because it can take hours sometimes. Like it can take such a long time. So by the time I've done a Video Boost, I forget I've even tried to do a Video Boost. I just forget it's actually even turned on.
Okay, this is a really exciting one. MTL Cub. Since I'm switching from iOS, does the Pixel have a standby mode when on the Pixel Snap stand?
So,
first off, congratulations.
And welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know properly. I think we were trying to discuss this as well yesterday, because I was curious whether it would have this or not. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know whether it does or not.
So we have plenty of information to suggest that yes, there will be a screensaver thing. When you snap the phone onto the back of the device or onto the charging stand, there will be a screensaver of some kind. What's on the screensaver? How much control do you have under the screensaver? We can't say because we don't know at the moment.
Yeah, my assumption is that Google will do something eventually. If it has, like, I think you have, is it bedside mode or something on iOS? I think that's what it's called, where it can give you a clock with like a red filter over it, so you can see it at night and it doesn't hurt your eyes and all that sort of stuff. My guess would be that Google will work on something, and it will eventually, they will do something eventually. It'd be silly if they didn't. I mean, it's a nice feature that you can add into the phone, and it's not going to take a huge amount of resources to make it.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you have your phone on a Pixel Snap stand, I think having a clock or something always on there is pretty useful.
Yeah. Brown Boy 305, you mentioned here that we missed your question. I just scrolled up, I couldn't find it. So if you could just repost your question, we'll definitely answer it. So sorry that I missed you. Okay. Bartaj says their video boost processing record was 2 days.
Was it 2 days? I mean, it takes a long time, and I exaggerated that it took forever, but I mean, 2 days.
Would forget. I would have forgotten that.
That's
I
it,
did
yeah.
that. I'd be like, oh yeah, that video. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I love video, but I think it looks really good when it finally, like, eventually gives you the video. But I mean, 2 days. I mean, at that point, what's the point?
Yeah. Okay, Brown Boy, I want to make sure I get your question here. Brown Boy 305, if I have a Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, should I upgrade to the Pixel Watch 4? It depends on what phone you have. If you have a Samsung phone, then the Galaxy Watch 4 is probably still going to be a better device for you, because Samsung locks you into a lot of ecosystem stuff. There's a lot of things about the Galaxy Watch 4 that only work on Samsung phones, which, to be honest, kind of pisses me off. Like, I feel like the Apple idea of locking you into a certain ecosystem to do certain things with your phone and your watch, and it only works together, like, that's Apple stuff. And Samsung doing that, I really don't appreciate. That being said, if you have a Samsung phone and you don't care about those exclusive Samsung features that only work between Samsung phone and Samsung Watch, then yeah, the Pixel Watch 4 is going to be so much better. The battery life's going to be better. The operating system is going to be more modern. Yeah, I think that it would be a very, very worthwhile upgrade for you. It's also, you also have the option for a little bit smaller of a watch, which I appreciate. I don't like big, bulky watches.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I go.
Well, no, we get the same. This is the same
45.
thing. Yeah, it's a 45.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like this. But if you compare this to like a Galaxy Watch Classic, like or the Ultra, it's like having a phone on your wrist.
So
like,
I was using the Galaxy Watch Ultra for ages because of the battery. It lasts a bit longer than this. But yeah, trying to sleep with that is bulky, and it's like you said, it's like wearing an actual clock.
Yeah,
it's actually huge.
It's too big. It's too big.
Yeah, it's big. Someone said here, do you think AI zooming will actually be useful, or will it just look like a pixelated mess?
You may have missed our earlier conversation, so we'll just quickly rehash. But when you zoom into 100x on the Pixel 10 Pro and 10 Pro XL, what you get is you get two images. The image that you actually captured with your camera hardware, which is, yes, a blurry, distorted, terrible looking mess. And then what happens is that on-device AI takes that image, feeds it the image, and then spits out an AI-generated image based on what you've taken. So really, the 100x zoom photo that you get is not real. It is an unreal photo. It is completely AI-generated, or at the very least, incredibly augmented by the AI. So yes, it's going to look a lot better, and in our testing, it did look incredibly better.
But I feel like you can tell.
You can tell that it's not real, though. You can tell that it is an AI-generated image. So you're going to have to accept that you're getting a crisp, beautiful, well-shot photo that is not real.
Yeah. So that's it. So I mean, it looks mostly real. I think we mentioned it looks mostly real, but yeah, it's that trade-off of, do you want real, which is a fuzzy mess, or do you want a little bit of added help?
Yeah. Okay. We've got like 5 minutes left to go, so we're going to try to hit as many of these questions as possible. Also, I've seen a couple of people asking about newsletter coupons. We have nothing to do with that. We have no idea what's going on with the newsletter. The newsletter is a completely separate thing to us, so we don't touch the newsletter. We don't know anything about coupons or anything like that. So if you do have a problem, or if you have questions, then head to androidauthority.com and go to the contact section and feel free to contact us. But we can't answer that question because we don't know. Okay, a couple more questions before we got to go here. I've got a question. This is from Juan Castro. I've got a question about the new Pixel charger stand. Is it going to work with other phones? Yeah, it's Qi. It's based on the Qi standard. So as long as your phone has the magnets inside it, and those magnets are Qi compatible or MagSafe compatible, yeah, you snap your phone on there and it'll charge. The only difference will be how fast it charges. So if your phone, if you have an iPhone that has magnets on the back and it doesn't support 15 watt wireless charging, then obviously you're not going to get 15 watts of charging speed. So you have to sort of just take that into consideration. But yeah, the magnet shape on the backs of the Pixel 10 phones is the exact same. It's a circle with a little line on the bottom. It's exactly the same. So it'll snap right on.
What else? What have we got here? I'm trying to think if there's anything that is that crucially Google missed out, because they did miss out quite a bit from their from their keynote. But I feel like we've kind of covered a lot of what Google didn't necessarily put into.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the specs here and see if there's anything cool that you guys may not have known about.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we mentioned earlier on that batteries are bigger on all of the phones.
Batteries are bigger.
So the Pixel 10 Pro XL is 5,200 milliamp hours, which is the biggest in any Pixel phone that they've done.
A record previously held by the 9A.
Was
the 9A.
5,000.
It's like 100, 5,100 something. Yeah.
If you're interested, you've got 4870 on the 10 Pro. And then 4970 on the Pixel 10.
Yeah.
So they've all got a slight little boost.
Yeah.
Let's go through. What else have we got? What else?
Brown Boy 305. So the 10 Pro XL charges with last year's 45 watt chargers. It charges at 45 watts now. The charger, I believe you're talking about the official Google 45 watt charger. That charger peaks at 45 watts. So I think what you'd want a charger with more headroom. So you'd want like a 65 watt charger. That should get you the 45 watt speed. It's very unlikely that your charger that only charges at 45 watts would just stay at 45 watts the entire time, because it's not designed to do that. So yeah, but yes, if you had a charger that went above 45 watts and plugged it in, yes, it would be 45 watts.
Someone said here, Ahmed, by the way, do you see the future of phone is without physical SIM?
Oh, we didn't talk about the SIM. Oh, okay.
Just like Google forgot to
just like Google forgot. We did. So go ahead.
So if you are in the US, your Pixel phone, I think except for the Pro Fold.
The Pro Fold,
So if you get the 10 Pro Fold, you will still get physical SIM. But the other phones are done with physical SIMs. It's eSIM only now. Outside of the US, you're still getting physical SIMs, but I mean, I don't see what difference it makes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really see why you would care.
I mean, I would assume that 99% of people, they put their SIM card in their phone and then that's it. They don't think about that SIM card until they sell their phone or something goes wrong and they need to switch SIMs or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's most people. The people who actually really, really care about having a physical SIM are people who swap phones a lot. And that's a very, very niche thing.
Yeah.
It's a very niche market of people that swap their SIM physically back and forth. I think Google is just like, iPhones are okay.
Yeah.
Like Apple took out the SIM card and no one...
I mean, there's no reason for them to do it. But I feel like there's no benefit, but there's also no negative.
There's no negative, at least not on a widespread thing. Obviously, there are going to be people that are very upset about it, just like there were people that were very upset when they stopped doing micro SD cards, very upset when they took away the headphone jack, and on and on. There will be people that are upset about it, but I think most people, 98% of the market that'll be buying Pixel phones, they don't care.
Oh, we have Jordan.
Jordan!
Yeah.
Hey! What's going on, Jordan?
He says he really hates the eSIM change.
Well, that's so for those of you who don't know, Jordan is from 9 to 5 Google. Everyone go to the 9 to 5 Google channel and make sure that you see him. He makes some great stuff. Jordan is in our business. So he's swapping phones all the time. So of course he's going to not like the eSIM only change. But yeah, for other people, most normal people who buy one phone and keep that phone for multiple years, they're not going to care.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, I set up my phone without the eSIM or without a physical SIM, and I'm happy. So yeah.
Oh, here's something I wanted. I don't think we've mentioned this either because Google didn't mention it on stage about Thread.
Yeah.
So the Pixel phones are. I think is it all Pixel phones? I don't know.
It's all the Pixel 10s.
Yeah, so all the Pixel 10s are coming with Thread radio. which no other Android phone
This is the
has
first.
yet.
This is the first ever time that a Thread radio has been built in the phone.
Yeah, and essentially, I think you know a little bit more about Thread radio than I know, but
so if you guys are smart home buffs, you'll know about Thread. Thread is a protocol that was made by Google, Samsung, and Qualcomm, and it basically it's a way of your devices communicating with each other in a more universal way without relying on Wi-Fi. So if you have a Thread router in your home, or a router, or not a router, a hub that supports the Thread standard, it can communicate with other devices. Doesn't matter if that device is made by Samsung, doesn't matter if it's made by Moe's, doesn't matter if it's made by Philips Hue, whatever. As long as it supports Thread, they can communicate with one another. And so now you'll have it baked into the phone to yourself. So instead of you saying turn on the lights and it going to your hub
or whatever,
and then bouncing to the light, it'll just go right from the phone straight to the light. So you hit a button and boom, the light turns off.
And I like that it doesn't need data. It doesn't need Wi-Fi.
Nope, doesn't need Wi-Fi.
Talk straight to it. It's like me asking you to turn the light off.
You could yank your router out of the wall and still be able to control your lights because of the Thread radio is built right into the phone. So that's really cool. That's once again, very interesting thing that Google just didn't mention, because once again, the Jimmy Fallon show was not designed for people like us. So.
Yeah. Right. We're almost coming to the end. There's a few more things.
Yeah, we're gonna hit a couple more before we go here. So just so you guys know, a little behind the scenes, we both had a donut in the morning around like 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And we haven't eaten since. It is now 7 p.m. So it's been about 12 hours since we've eaten anything. So we're very excited to go eat. But we're gonna do a few more questions before we go.
What about the new speakers?
Oh yeah, yes, so because they removed the SIM card, so those of you who don't know, here, let me see if I can get this here. Whoop. So on the Pixel 9 Pro, you can see the SIM card tray is right here. Because the SIM card tray is no longer there on the American models, this is now a speaker. So instead of having one speaker here, we have two speakers. So the volume level of the speakers should be significantly louder because you have bigger speaker.
But then it's only on the Pros.
Only on the Pros, though. For some reason, Google didn't upgrade the speakers, the bottom speakers, on the regular one. No idea why. The SIM card's not there. Yeah. So there's room there, but I think Google just wanted to cut a corner to save a little money. And keep the price at $799.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that Google was sitting around at a big round table, all the people, all the project managers, and we're just like, how can we keep this phone at $799 and still make it an upgrade over the previous year phone? That's why the Pixel 10 has a telephoto lens, but it's not a great telephoto lens. That's why
the front speaker.
They upgraded the front speaker, yeah. But there are a lot of weird upgrades for the Pixel 10, the standard one. It got that new telephoto, but it's not great, and it reduced the quality of the main lens and also the ultra wide lens. There's some stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that didn't transfer over. There's still no LTPO display on the Pixel 10, so the display is not as good as the Pros. Still a lot of things that sort of bring the Pixel 10 down, but still the same $799 price. Yeah. Even with tariffs and all this other stuff, I think that's to me, that's good. Like, I'm glad Google was able to stick to that number, because that's the sweet spot number as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, any higher
you're in more premium territory that people don't want to spend. Any lower and you're in, Pixel 9a territory. Yeah. So
also on the phones that do still have physical SIM, they still have the upgraded speaker on the Pros. It's just that they've moved the SIM card tray to the top of the phone.
Yeah, the SIM card's up here instead.
Yeah, which is good, because I was speaking to someone, and now you're not going to accidentally pierce the microphone when you're trying to take your SIM out. So that's good.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one more question, and then we're going to go. And we're going to take this one from the Dude Grub. Have you seen where the benchmark scores are starting to come out, and they're not very favorable for the new chip? I'm glad that you asked this, because I really want to address this. Once again, for anybody who's joined the chat late, we can't tell you about Tensor G5 because we literally don't know. Like, we're not even hiding the answers from you.
It's not embargoed, we just don't know.
We just literally don't know, because we haven't tested it out yet. But I do want to address this, because I can talk about this a little bit. The benchmark scores that you're seeing online that have leaked so far, they are all from devices that do not have the latest software updates. Like, they are devices that are missing integral aspects of what would make the benchmark successful or not. So do not trust those benchmarks. You're going to start over the next few days, you're going to start seeing people get review units, and they're going to leak benchmark scores from an actual review unit. Yeah. Those are going to be a little bit more trustworthy. So in the next day or two, if you start seeing leaked benchmarks, you can go ahead and trust those a little bit better. But the ones that you've seen so far, do not trust them.
Yeah, just gotta wait. Be patient.
Just wait, and stay tuned to AndroidAuthority.com because our guy here, Rob Triggs, who, if you are watching this and you don't know Rob Triggs' work, he is literally the smartest man who's ever lived. He's amazing, amazing writer, amazing tester. He is incredible, and he's going to do a deep dive on Tensor that's going to answer literally every question that you could possibly ever have. That is coming very, 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 very soon. So stay tuned because you're going to have all the official Tensor G5 information that you could ever want to know.
Someone said which leak to trust.
Oh,
I mean, none of them yet. Wait,
none of them.
Just wait. Just wait.
Just wait.
Just wait a small while, and you'll have the actual answers.
Yes, you'll have the actual answers.
Yeah, it's fine.
Once again, though, make sure that you keep your expectations in check for the GPU because it's no ray tracing. And the GPU is not going to be as good as you might be hoping it to be. But yeah, everything else, the multi-core scores, the single-core scores, all that stuff, that's coming, and it's going to be better than what you think. I'm very, very certain that it's going to be better than what you've seen from these leaked benchmarks.
Yeah. Right. Before we go, I'll just ask you your favorite thing that you have seen from the Pixel 10 series.
Well, I'll give you two things. I'll tell you the most impressive thing.
Yeah.
The most impressive thing was absolutely the voice translate.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The phone call thing.
Ridiculous.
It was so. I did it at the last week at the secret pre thing. By the way, if you guys don't know, I have my own channel. Head to just search for @CScottBrown here on YouTube, and you can find my channel. And I go over the secret event that happened last week, and I show you my journey there and what it's like behind the scenes and everything like that. Highly recommend checking that out. But yeah, I got to try the voice translate, and they did it in German, and I was communicating with a Google guy who speaks German fluently, and it was crazy. I could hear my voice on the other end of the phone speaking German to this man. It was nuts. It was like all of a sudden I was fluent in German. It was wild. Yeah. So that was the most impressive thing. My favorite thing though is the magnets. I'm so glad that MagSafe is on the Pixel.
Yeah, I'm probably MagSafe. The Pixel Snap.
Pixel Snap. Sorry, Pixel Snap.
I think that it's definitely not worth an upgrade over last year's phone, but. To be able to finally get it in an Android phone, which means that potentially Samsung could do the exact same thing. And I think it's something that it's been a while. Like you could have done it last year. You could have done it for a few years, but no one did it. So I'm glad that Google was the first major brand to actually put it into their phones. So,
Samsung, you're on notice now. Like if Samsung's Galaxy S26 does not have Qi 2 compatible magnets on the back, then that's going to be bad.
I will say quickly, I really wish that Google had just copied the anti-reflective coating.
So
that is, I was kind of hoping that, so I hadn't seen them until today, and I was like, maybe no one's talking about it, but they won't because it doesn't exist. So that's a shame.
No Gorilla Glass armor on the Pixels. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much to everybody. It's been so cool hanging out with you. Thanks for all of your great questions. Thank you to the dude who did a super comment. Thank you to everybody who's had nice things to say.
Yep.
I'm Scott, and this is Paul, and this has been great. Do you want to plug anything before you go? You have a video coming up soon?
Yeah, video should be Friday, I think. Yeah, so things that Google didn't really talk about, which is almost everything. So there'll be a video on Friday where I just go through some of the things that I think you should know that might make you decide whether you want to upgrade or not upgrade. And then just, sub for now, because the reviews of the phones will come soon,
very soon.
Yes.
And yeah, please check out my channel if you like pixels. I talk a lot about pixels on my channel. Just search for @CScottBrown here on YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye.